Hey everyone, welcome back to another Cats and Rats NHL After Dark. I'm your host Kirby Lupo, joined alongside my producer Big C Caesar Lucero and my co-host Cody Stevens. Before we do get started here tonight, gentlemen, just want to remind everyone in our community here, subscribe to our channel. Make sure to like our videos, comment on videos. Sometimes liking the videos that'll get you registered for certain contests that we're doing. We appreciate all the super chat donations when we are live here doing our live stream games. We are planning another live stream game ahead here. Appreciate all of our members right now. We have 7 members right now, and that includes like emojis, badges, special perks within your membership as well. We have the gold, silver, and bronze memberships. You can upgrade your membership as well. You can gift it to other members of our Cats and Rats community. And as I mentioned, access to great perks here. But we are back here, everyone, with our After Dark episode. Before we get into our NHL topics, guys, any comments on the Florida Panthers here moving forward? Big game against the Toronto Maple Leafs upcoming here on Tuesday night. Maple Leafs big win over the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. Cody, I don't know if you were watching it, Caesar. I know you were working and busy, but Craig Berube benching certain guys like Dakota Joshua and Max Domi coming through big tonight.
First of all, it's good to be back with you guys. It's been a while for me.
Yes.
It's been really disappointing here these last 3 games for the Florida Panthers. I think goaltending has been somewhat of an issue, but I think our back end to me has been the biggest issue as far as just not being able to protect around the net, and just it hasn't been well overall play by the Florida Panthers. Just allowing other teams to come back in the third period and blowing leads. That's not typical Florida Panthers these last couple of years. So yeah, it's been frustrating.
Cody,
this recent skid, plain simply, goaltending has to be better. And by the way, Bob is your starter. Let's start using him as a starter, please. I know Tarasov had a good look to start the year, but Sergei Bobrovsky is going to take you to where you're going to want to go. And he should have got the start versus Calgary, in my opinion. I said it before. I think he should get the next 3+. But put it simply, the goaltending has to be better. I mean, this is 3 consecutive games where the Panthers have blown a 2-0 lead to a team, but it's just been kind of soft goals that have kind of ruined the momentum of the game. Like, I mean, Calgary, Tarasov's got to have that first one. Has to have it. I mean, shot from the outside, defense.
I thought all 3 there, Cody. All 3.
Yeah, but that's the one where it just the momentum. That's where it shifted. You know, Panthers got up early 2-0. Calgary was just turning the puck over like it was a hot potato, and honestly, just got to be better in the net. Honestly, and it's okay for them to have kind of like a shaky little bit here. But for the Panthers to win games here, we can't allow 3-4 goals or like 3 bad goals a game. We don't have the offensive firepower to counteract that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that won't be sustainable if we want to continue to have a chance throughout the rest of the season.
I'm the leader of the goalie union, but I'm a little bit more with you, Cody, than Caesar there. But I will mention on the part we're allowing too much point-to-point passing, forward-to-point passing. There's so much time and space. We're at the top of the point there level where the Panthers are really struggling kind of with that there. But again, Cody, I think it's the goaltending. As leader of the goaltender union, Tarasov's got to be better. Bob's been off. This is a 10-14-day stretch here where the goaltending hasn't been there, and I think they can correct that. I think fans, again, pushing back on Bob a little too much. Can't just look at the numbers. You got to watch the games. And yeah, maybe the numbers haven't been there this year, but fans are always feeling like, oh, Bob's not rounding into form or different things like that. If you give him the starts, like you mentioned, he's able to find his footing. And Bob likes to play a lot of games. And Cody, we've been down this path before. People are like, give Lyon the net, give Stolarz the net. Knight, that's a different example there. You could go back as far as Chris Driedger and say, okay, yeah, maybe Chris Driedger because of how well he was playing, Bob was struggling. But you can't say that, where you're just going to give the net to a backup goalie that's unproven.
And here's the thing, and this is why I thought he should have got the start. We play on Tuesday against Toronto. Bob's for sure going to get the start net. It'll be almost a week prior to his last start, which was against Philly. And then we're going to have another major break in February where we're going to have 2-3 weeks of no NHL hockey. And guess what? Russia's on the Olympics, so Bob's not going there.
Yep.
So,
and that's something you and I said last year, Cody, on our post-game shows going into Four Nations. So like have the rest.
Like for the Panthers, in my opinion, right now, the way the season's gone, he's going to be 50 plus. Probably closer to 55 now.
Because of where we are in the standings.
Yeah. But you have guys.
But it might be north of that now, Cody.
But the last couple stretch you had Sam Bennett start to kind of get back into what he's been doing, driving the net, not trying to be, Mr. like walk through everybody, even though he does that sometimes, and it still kind of drives me nuts. You have Verhaeghe starting to pick it up a bit now. He had goals in 2 of the last 3 prior to this one. He has points in I think the last 4 or 5 or something like that. Yeah. And the surprise of the Panthers so far this year hasn't been Brad Marchand. It's been AJ Greer, in my opinion.
Yes.
I mean,
I said that I think the other night to Kirby. AJ Greer has been playing unbelievable.
He's in that mix, and I know it's a different role, everyone, but he's in that mix now with Brad Marchand, Sam Reinhart. Bob has slipped, so he's kind of fallen out of that. Who else ever you can put in there? I think he's playing better than Mackey for what Mackey's role is at right now.
Yeah. And
so AJ Greer has really come to the forefront here.
And AJ Greer is kind of being like what Nick Cousins was like a couple of years ago, where he's kind of completing a line, kind of helping them out, kind of stabilizing it a bit more.
Yeah.
But I think Greer's doing way more than whatever Cousins did because.
Yeah, and just to jump in, sorry, Cody, I looked this up, and I don't think the media knew this or other things because I never seen it out there, and you and I were both surprised when I found it the other day because a picture of Brad Marchand came up on a Google search for AJ Greer, and then I looked into AJ Greer's junior numbers and stuff. He's a second-round draft pick.
And those junior numbers weren't necessarily leaping off the page for a second-round pick.
No.
But it's probably the size that got him drafted or whatever the case may be, but he's been phenomenal for the Panthers the whole entire year.
One of the best shooting percentages on the team, if I'm not mistaken. Best.
Yeah. One adjustment I would like to see from the Panthers, I want them to go 11-7 here because you have a kid in Jack Devine who's not really getting that much ice time anyway. And Maurice has shown, and Uvis Beliscus has been playing phenomenal ever since he's jumping back into the lineup here. And Donovan Zabrango had a pretty good stretch there as well. I think I'd rather play one of those two, just go 11-7, play those two guys instead of playing Devine and having that rotational guy on the fourth line because Cunningham and Gregor are going to get them the puck, no doubt. From what I've seen this year, I just think Devine's struggling a bit on that line because guess what? He's not made for the fourth line. If Jack Devine's going to be successful in the NHL, he's going to be a top 9 guy somewhere along those lines. So.
But there's a question in the chat there. Is it from Chuck? Sorry, I can't put it on the screen.
Are they going to be able to stay close enough? I think they will. This is such a weird Eastern Conference because there are so many teams that are overachieving. Which ones? I don't know yet. We'll know that around January, maybe February here. But I have my ideas of which ones they are, but I can't set it in stone right here. I just think the Panthers need to just kind of level out here, and you're going to see them get on kind of on a roll, probably post-Olympic break, I would say, because that's when you start getting a lot of your guys back. You get your Kulikov back. Kachuk will be back then. Will be probably rolling by then because he'll be back from Olympics. Fingers crossed, no injuries over there. And then, I think those are two pieces that'll kind of steady out the Panthers.
Yeah, and into February, March, you're starting to play more divisional opponents. I know we have the Western Canadian trip in March, Cody and Caesar, but this, that's where the team starts to find their legs. And even if they got to go up to Eastern Canada to play all those Atlantic Division games, whether it's north of the border or just at the borderline there, play really well in those games, with some urgency.
In this upcoming week, you have Toronto and then Nashville, your next 2 games here. And Toronto struggled mightily this season because they're kind of having an identity crisis right now.
Yep.
Because
working their way out of it a little bit here in the last.
They could be, but we'll see. I mean, none of the guys they signed in free agency have been good enough.
Yeah.
Really none of them. And
we're
then
here live post game on the Leafs Panthers.
But one thing is Joseph Wall's been playing well, and that's going to be a tough matchup.
And Kirby and I have been on that Joseph Wall train for a long time. So I mean,
no sight in return for Anthony Stolarz here either. So.
But the only question is, can Wall stay healthy? Because Wall's had the same injury concerns as much as Stolarz had. So that's going to be interesting to see here. but like Nashville should be winnable. I think Toronto's winnable. Just you gotta buckle down here, and you gotta get better play from your goaltenders. You also got to get better play from. I think Lundell hasn't been that great the last 5. I would say Reinhart had a really tough game versus Philly, but he bounced back with a pretty good game versus Calgary.
Yep.
But speaking of Calgary here,
Yes. Go ahead.
their general manager Craig Conroy, actually, most of their general manager staff, including Don Maloney, has been extended for 2 years, which I think, quote unquote, it's after dark. I could say it. It's a bullshit extension, if you ask me.
Say it how it is.
Context to that context.
See it on.
Because what are you gonna do in 2 years here, bud? Like,
well, Cody, it's matching up with the new arena. That's what the spiel is. That's what the pitch is, and that's when they're supposed to be competitive.
Here's the problem, though. They're not going to be competitive during that time.
They will be if they get a top 2 or 3 pick, which they should be going for. Is that a guarantee? No, that's not a guarantee. But if they get that pick this draft, Cody, yes, they'll be ready in 2-3.
But here's the issue, though. Conroy wants the top 2 or 3 pick.
Yep.
Get that dude off my screen. And got the beanie and the freaking that player off my screen. Listen, Conroy wants to rebuild. He wanted to rebuild last year. And then, Dustin Wolf caught fire, whatever, and then they nearly
blew up those plans. Yeah.
They nearly made a playoff spot despite being one of the worst offenses in the league.
Yeah, that's unbelievable how many points they had. Was it 94, 96 points?
It was something ridiculous. Yeah. They would have made it in the East if I'm not mistaken.
It's a record or near record for that. And when you couldn't find goals, I think they were bottom 3, bottom 5 for goals for last year.
Bottom 5's definitely a bottom 3. I'm not sure, and this year it hasn't changed. They still struggle to find goals, even though they potted 4 against us.
That all changes if you get a Gavin McKenna, you get someone. They probably don't need Verhoff,
or Keaton Verhoff, who's getting highly touted here. I have no idea. I'm not a prospect guy. I've stopped looking at prospects ever since 2020.
Well, I
haven't cared since.
But you haven't heard Verhoff's name out there, Cody, with spitting chicklets and all these people.
I've heard Verhoff's name a bunch. I've heard his name more than McKenna, and the World Juniors is going to be something, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor. But to me, because with Maloney, I think has a different vision. He doesn't believe in rebuilding, I don't think. And I think Conroy wanted to rebuild last year.
But with the Conroy extension, Cody, just to jump in, Dave Nonis got the extension. Don Maloney got the extension. So they're trying to bring them all together here collectively. Jerome McGinley in that mix. So again, is that going to bring them all together? They have to have the same vision here going forward. And I think with the Flames, I know what they did the other night against the Panthers. That's why we segued into this first year. You guys got to see it there the other night. That's a bit of an anomaly there. You get a goaltending performance from Cooley. You get a good performance from Kadri, which they got all last year there. But they're not going to do that night in night. But they struggled in Tampa.
You got to see what you can get for Nazem Kadri and Mackenzie Weegar. Like, this is the new Scotia place that they're trying to build now.
But looks really nice.
One of the best facings in the entire world. They said it's going to be a multiplex where they're going to be able to switch a lot of the facing of the outside of the arena. And this is like a lower bowl sunk, which is what Edmonton Oilers are doing and some other facilities around the world are doing. Now, the Flames were trying to build, living in the city, they were trying to do it like a field house where they would have a football, hockey, all built in one. They do have a practice facility attached to this, but they could have gone a little bit more extravagance, but the taxpayer monies, that wasn't going to go for that.
Hey, if you look on the other side, it kind of looks like Texas Stadium here with the outside windows.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's going to not have the Saddle Dome anymore, which is kind of sad. It adds that character. But this is going to be great. They're going to be able to change the facing of the building there for concerts, any events that they have, LED lighting and all that. So it'll be pretty neat. And they also have the event center around it. Stampede.
Looks like there's going to be a lot of shopping malls around too, right?
Yeah. They're going to do like a whole event thing. And they already have that anyways with the Calgary Stampede, but it's right there. So same place. They're going to have to tear down, obviously, the old one there. But yeah, it'll be built right there. So
the Saddle needs to be burnt to the ground.
Hey, but everything meets its time and its age. It helps the Olympics. It was good for what time it was. It's long past now. It's not big enough.
Like what Rexall went through, that's what the Saturdome's going to go through. It's just the history there is never going to be replicated there. You've had a bunch of like legends play there, namely like Jerome McGinley, Alex Tangay, Mika
World Championships, Mika Zibanejad scoring the OT winner. They won the Stanley Cup. That was in the Montreal Forum, though. But yeah, a lot of history there. Olympics.
But But
it looks pretty nice.
Yep.
If I ever do go to Calgary, Kirby,
I said everyone's got to wait for the new rink. That's what I told everyone, because you can make that Edmonton.
no, please, no, go to the old one. Experience what the
Yeah.
bullshit's about.
If you're a historian of the game, for sure, but you're not going to.
But you feel the history, but you're like, yeah, it's time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But what the Conroy extension is, if they're going to extend him, are they going to let him do what he wants? Which I don't think they're going to. Like, because a 2-year extension is nothing, really. You can't change too much in a 2-year extension. You can't even rebuild in that.
I didn't think that was going to be your point, Cody, because it doesn't matter with the extensions. If they give him a 5-year extension, you can fire him whenever you want.
Yeah, but a 5-year lease tells me, okay, he'll have time. 2 years, he ain't got shit. Like, it's just...
But to me, 2-3 years, we got to see what he's going to do. He's a first-time GM. I know he's got all the good faith as being a former Calgary Flame and part of the organization, but it's like, hey, we need to see what you can do here, right? Look at what Gorton and Hughes have done in Montreal. Like, look at what these other GMs around the league have done. Like, we got to see what you're going to do.
But I think Gorton and Hughes had a plan for what they wanted to do. Maloney and Conroy, to me, don't have a plan on what they want to do. I think one wants to stay competitive yet try and retool, but one guy wants to tear it all the way the hell down.
Oh, I think that's a plan. They just have a divergence of what their plan is. You know,
it's just like the trade deadline will tell me all I need to know about where they want to be, because I think you better move Uyghur while he still has a lot of value, because that contract is very, very. It's. If
you're expecting them to move, maybe like one of Kadri or Anderson, or I would say both. But to get Uyghur in that's interesting.
If you want to get better in the future, you need them picks. And Uyghur could fetch you 2 firsts, because a right-handed D for $6 million per, and especially in this market, is value there.
If they get 2 firsts and turn it down, then come to me. But if they get, let's see if they get that offer.
They can get a first and a top prospect, 2 firsts, whatever the case may be. If Oliver Bjorkstrand and Yanni Gourde can get 2 firsts, Mackenzie Uyghur sure as hell can get 2 firsts. Like, that's just how it is.
He had a 20-goal year a couple years back. This year, he's got 1 goal. He plotted his first goal there the other night. So I think the offense was kind of like, as Panther fans, we're like, that's not really Mackenzie Uyghur's game. He kind of put it all together.
But the issue is, like, Jonathan Huberdeau is going to be stuck there because no one's going to want to acquire that.
That's the thing. You're not going to be able to move all.
His contract's not going to be able to be.
And then you signed Dustin Wolf to that extension, so he's stapled to you for the longest time here.
That's part of your next window.
But you got to make room for guys like Zane Parekh trying to move up here.
He's been injured this year, so that's been unfortunate for him.
But like, that's just how I feel about it. Like, you got to move both Kadri and Anderson. If they're both still there at the deadline, I don't know what you're doing.
No,
especially Anderson.
Yeah.
And with Kadri being a center and what the center market already commands, like, that's probably 2 firsts. Because guess what? It's with term, and guess what? We're probably gonna have to retain just a bit. So we'll see here.
And I know we'll get to this team later, Cody. I don't want to get into them now, but some of these teams are going to be falling out of the race. One of them, namely the Vancouver Canucks, who are in action right here tonight. So you can't wait so long at the deadline, because some of these teams that did want that 2 seed might have moved on from that. And Montreal's one of them. They might move on eventually. So you gotta
Does
strike.
Carolina make a move to get that second seed that they need?
I think Carolina's on Kadri's no trade. So
he would have to change it or modify.
He would have to waive that.
Okay.
And a lot of players don't like going from east to west. They really don't like it, because remember, Allmark nearly got traded to LA, and then he nixed that deal.
True, but they do change their mind around the deadline.
Especially with the way the standings are going, or how the team is looking.
But
we never thought that Brad Marchand would ever want to go to Florida.
Yeah, but no one knew that he. But none of us ever thought that, he would even be thought of being traded. Like,
that's true. That's why.
Because when he asked for like that 3x7 or whatever from Boston, I thought it was fair for him. Because hey, listen, it's just something you gotta do, and he paves the way for your younger guys. But anyway, I digress. But I gotta see what Calgary's doing here. Because if they're trying to stay competitive and they try and extend Anderson, like, speaking of extensions, this one confused me right here. I'm not going to lie to you. This one shocked me. But
Yeah,
Like, Mike,
Cody, I want you to pull up the contract that Mike Matheson had in Florida. But go ahead there, Cody, with the official.
but Mike Matheson signs a 5-year, $30 million deal at
$6 million.
$6 million per. I think the deal is extremely front loaded, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the signing bonuses I read today. Is it 21 of the 30 million?
How much money has this guy made?
Oh,
quite a
his whole
bit.
Career?
Oh,
Quite
Cody's
a bit.
gonna pull it up.
I know people wanted to give Ekblad crap, but man,
Mike Matheson is getting a pay increase now from his last deal that was in Florida. That was his last deal, right, Cody? With Dale.
Yeah, his last deal in Florida was 8 years at 4.875 per.
at the time, which was what this year, like during this time, maybe 6-7 million.
Look, back then it was probably worth that, yes. But you see here, just like so, as you can see here, you have like the whole contract with Florida right here, where it expires, where like it had no signing bonuses really until the end, but now you look here, look at the signing bonus here: 5 million, 5 million, 3.8, 5.5, 3.5. Like it's pretty heavy here, and with Matheson is, I think Montreal wanted to get it done because I think they value what he brings into the room or whatever, that veteranism. But here's the thing. I'm not sure what he'll look like in a year. I really don't.
I said to Jim Behringer, and we appreciate Jim coming on. He should be back with us next week. Again, Cody, I thought 2, maybe 3-year deal for Mathis. I know if they don't think that Reinbacher's ready yet.
Well, that probably shocked me more was the years in the AAV. That's what probably I know 6 ain't gonna be like, because the cap's going up, but 6 million.
Because he's got a no movement clause, I think, on the first 3 years of this 5-year deal, I believe, and then it's modified from there. From the fourth year,
it's a full NMC and then a modified no trade in the last 2 years, which probably isn't a bad thing considering. But
potentially year 3, they might want out of this deal. What are you doing in that season?
Like I'm thinking year 2. Like that's how early I'm thinking. Like this move didn't make sense to me because I felt like Montreal would have wanted to improve at that position, not run it back.
But Montreal fans, I was talking to them this summer with Coach Frenchie over on the Habs channel on YouTube. Coach Frenchie does a great show there, Cody. They wanted to bring Mathis back all along. I'm like, you guys got to be careful with the term. They're like, we need to bring him back. We don't want to put our young guys into the fire. We already have Lane Hudson there. Mike Mathis played well. I understand he's played better for them than he did for us. I get that. But the point of his career where he's at now and where the team is trying to progress to, I don't quite understand the 5-year deal. And you still got Patrick Laine there, which you got to deal with that contract.
But with the 5 years, my only question is, are you going to move out some of your young guys now? Because 5 years, they're probably ready by year 2 of this deal.
Well, I don't think they want to move out their young guys because that was their whole foundation, their building blocks of building that back end in that defense.
But
there.
If they want to keep shifting, right, like about year 2 or 3, that's when your eyes should be right on the Stanley Cup if they progress the way I think they.
And that's why you should have gave him a 3-year deal. If he pushes back, Cody, what leverage does he have? Shouldn't Montreal say, okay, we're moving on from you. We just brought Dobson and we have other young emerging defensemen. What leverage does Matheson have to ask for a 5-6-year deal? And I understand it's front loaded and all that. You guys can tell me that. Jim will tell me that. 21 of the 30 million, I think. But I just don't get it by term alone with the clauses that are in on the deal. This isn't a premier defenseman. I know he's improved his game in Montreal, but again, I just don't see the fit here when they're ready to be in that contention Stanley Cup window in 3 to 5 years.
I don't know. Maybe because we're pandering. We gave
maybe we're looking at it, jaded.
We gave Nico Mikkola 8 years, so maybe we should look at this deal.
Fans will come at us to that. I know we're in a different spot here. We're trying to. I'm saying, but I'm trying. At least he's proven to be a great second pairing defenseman on a cup winning team. So at least that deal he's proven. Oh, Mikkola. But yeah, Mathis has done things on that second pairing with Montreal, but I thought they were kind of moving off of him and moving him down.
That's what I felt. Like, right? That's why I shocked me about this extension.
How do you move him down to a third pairing? I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not with that kind of money.
And you have Hudson, Dobson, like he's a puck mover.
Yeah.
He ain't seeing power play time till end of hell. Like,
Yeah,
unless they run
out there in 3-on-3 overtime.
Unless they run 2D on the second unit, which they can obviously do, but I don't see that happening. But it's just like it just shocked me because I just felt like I don't know, I always thought they were gonna move on from him. We appreciate what you did, you helped the young guys out, but now we gotta switch it up here.
So, yeah, just something that caught my eye here. Cody, we want to get into this next. Now, the guy that tweeted this out, he is an Edmonton Oiler content creator guy. He's been doing content for quite a while. I think his name's Michael. I've met him before. He said, I've got some inside information here, guys, on like maybe a Jari and Stuart Skinner deal. And tonight on 32 Thoughts, Elliot Friedman on Saturday Night Hockey Night in Canada, Elliot Friedman alluded to it a bit too, but then he kind of said, teams are looking for goalies. And one of the teams he mentioned was the Penguins. But he's like, the Oilers are adamant right now. They're keeping Stuart Skinner. They're continuing forward with him here. They're not trying to upgrade the position. And that's the problem with Stan Bowman. He's never upgraded the position in the past. In Chicago, other places he's been. Yep.
And I think even Ryan Whitney's been adamant, like, we need to improve our goaltending or this team's not going to get to the next level. So...
They don't believe in that. They don't organize.
Look, Whit's worried that they may lose McDavid and not even win a cup with him as the best player on earth. But this deal,
Jari is not an upgrade, Cody.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
it's crazy.
He has cup experience. He's won cups, but Stuart Skinner has also been to Stanley Cups. And the way that Tristan Jari has played over the last 2-3 years, I know he's playing.
Jari's never won a cup.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Are you thinking about Matt Murray?
I'm thinking of Matt Murray. He's never won. Thank you, Cody. He's never won a cup.
Like Jari's never won a round.
So what are they thinking with him to bring him in? He's been to the minors. He's had to go down there. They've had to send him down to rework his game. They've done the same thing with Stuart Skinner, but they didn't do it to the level of Tristan Jari. So now what are they doing with this situation, bringing Tristan Jari? What if he has a problem, Cody? Is they going to send him down to Baker's to reset?
Listen.
No, my bad there. I was like, that's a while ago.
I'm like, he didn't win no damn cup. But here's the thing about Jari. If you look at his playoff history,
he might if he goes to Edmonton. Maybe that's the thinking. But go ahead.
You guys remember 2021? It was Penguins, Islanders, and Tristan Jari gives the puck right to Josh Bailey, who proceeds to net, I think it was the game-winning goal in overtime. It was in 2021. People will know what I'm talking about here. I wish I could show the clip, but we can't do the copyright reasons. But he's not been great in the postseason. Let's be real here. And the other one where he was hurt versus the Rangers when Pittsburgh blew that 3-1 series lead and the Rangers won in Game 7 overtime thanks to Artemi Panarin. But he was hurt most of that series. That was I think that was the Louis Domingue Brief and Broccoli series.
That was the Ranger one, yeah, with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and it's just in his postseason career, he's been in the he's had only one playoff series with an extended look, which was more than one game. He had an .888 save percentage and a 3.18 goals against. And he's been one of the worst goaltenders in the NHL the last couple of years. Plus, Stuart Skinner's probably up there as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to pull up the numbers, Cody, but they're not pretty for Jari or Skinner. And very inconsistent. And it's like you're trading one problem for another. And I'm not going off, if I'm the Oilers, I'm not going off a small sample size of Jari finding his game this year and rounding into form. Sheeloff got pumped tonight by the Leafs and got pulled.
What's the contract situation with Jari?
He's like 5 years
that's what he's at still?
5 years, like $5 million or something like that.
So what's Skinner? Because that's a lot. If
Skinner's at like $2 million, which is very affordable, which is why
that doesn't make sense.
Which is why Edmonton's been so adamant about making him work because he's cost effective.
Yeah, and he's still like Skinner. Is he 27, 28?
somewhere around there.
He's not like 32, 33. I'm pretty sure on that. Yeah, you're going for a veteran goalie, which, I think the better move for Edmonton would be Binnington. I think the better move for Edmonton would be if they would have drafted Wallstad out in Minnesota, but they don't have a guy like that right now.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna show some number. I'm just gonna show Money Puck here. The goal save above expected stat, because I don't like using save percentage here. Because it doesn't show everything.
No, I think it's part of the picture, but yeah, goal save.
But it shows you like part of it. Like Stuart Skinner, negative 1.5 goals saved above expected. This was last season, the bigger sample size.
Okay.
And look at the guys he's with. Have you ever heard of Clay Stevenson? I haven't. Dustin Tokarski from
that's our boy Ryan's goalie. That's our boy Ryan.
World Junior legend. Nike Coco. Caesar, you heard of this guy? Trent Miner.
Coco for Coco Puffs.
Who are
and then Eunice Corpusalo, who
we know him. Solgaard, I know him.
I'm not gonna lie, he kind of got thrown into the fire last year.
Solgaard,
and then you see 65th in the league. And if you go down here, there's Tristan Jarry at negative 4.7. But if we do some little digging here and we switch it to a 35 game sample size, let's go here. Let's see here. Yeah, they're right next to each other. They are 29th and 30th, or 28th and 29th in the league out of 37 goalies.
Like, what are we doing here, right? And then, people are calling him out, when, a fan has a source, he's like, I wouldn't put this tweet out there if I didn't believe it. So, I think that's out there because, like Elliot said today, Pittsburgh is looking for a goalie on the market, and Skinner, and what would they have to do? They would probably be moving on from Jarry, run with Skinner, Sheloffs, I guess, combo.
Here's my thing, and I actually kind of believe that rumor.
Yeah.
Because that's something Stan Bowman would freaking do.
A lateral move in net.
And what's up, Adonis? Oh, we always up late.
How's it going, Adonis? Yeah, we're up late this week. We'll let everyone know in the community. Make sure you guys are locked in with us over on Instagram.
Don't forget to like the video as well, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thumbs up on the video.
But I could see them totally doing this. I really could. Because remember, Stan Bowman's the one who gave up the entire farm for Steph Jones, even though Adam Boquist never became of anything. He's also the guy that ran with Corey Crawford that kind of ended the Blackhawks cup window right there. Well, what really ended up ending the Blackhawks cup window was trading Artemi Panarin for Brandon Saad. That was it.
Yeah.
And then, but I won't put that past him. And it's here's the thing. If you're Edmonton, who would you rather have? Stuart Skinner at 2.6, whatever the hell he's making, or Jarry at $5 million?
And why are you locking yourself into that contract when the Oilers might get some more money? And then with Connor McDavid taking a discount, then Connor McDavid's like, this is the goalie we brought in?
Right? And that's just going to make him want to leave even more.
Tristan Jarry,
not some young goalie,
Yeah, Tristan Jarry is at 5.375 for the next. After this year, he has 2 more years after that. It's just
if there's a goaltender that Edmonton could afford, who do you guys see would fit for them besides Skinner?
Well, I just said the name Jordan Binnington. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
I'm going to go his backup, Joel Hofer.
Joel Hofer is the backup in St. Louis. There's 2 guys in St. Louis you could look at. Now, but that's asking a lot of Joel Hofer, who's never started, Cody, to throw him into the fire there. Like a guy like Darcy Kemper.
I was going to say, because if you're going to go with the guy that hasn't had experience, wouldn't you just stick with Skinner?
It's getting to the point where they want a fresh start. And even Elliot was alluding to that tonight. Other people that I've talked to, other things that I've seen out there, it's getting to that point. And it's getting very contentious in the Edmonton Oilers media too right now. Market, Leon Draisaitl's going after YouTubers. So they're seeing what's out there, right? They had a big autograph session. All the players were at the West Edmonton Mall. A lot of people lined up for Stuart Skinner.
I have a name.
I would line up for the guy.
I have a name.
Yep.
Devin Levi.
Oh, that's interesting. That wouldn't cost much.
Wouldn't cost much. He wants out of Buffalo anyway. And guess what? In Edmonton, he's getting NHL starts.
But at that point, do you move on from the 61st goal saved above expected save percentage guy and Calvin Pickard, who's lower down than Stuart Skinner has been this year? Keep going with Skinner, but have Levi come in as the backup, kind of push him there, a young guy, and do that. Have that as an option. A young goaltender nipping on the heels, because Calvin Pickard, as good as he played last year in the playoffs, Cody and Caesar, he hasn't been that this year.
He played it good in one game. And by the way, you don't necessarily have to trade Pickard. He's only making $1 million this year. So you could go bury that in the minors, worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It's something. It's just. And
your boy said Alex Lyon. I feel you try to give him the starting crease. The same thing happens what happened in Detroit where he runs out of gas.
He just runs out of gas, man.
Not starting. Your boy, he's 32 years old now, I think, as well.
Like, he's not 26, like, as much as people want to make him out to be. And
you can give him a 1 year, 2 year
and once again,
the others don't have time to experiment with that.
If Edmonton wanted him, they could have got him.
Yeah.
But it's just, I've never seen a team that has such a glaring issue refuse to fix that said glaring issue. Like, and I saw, and it's just like,
I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
I got us 2 cups. Guess what? Screw it. Like,
right?
Our cups were against the best player in the world, so that legitimizes ours.
No one can ever take that away. Yep.
But anyways, guys, it's time to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll hear from our other sponsors as well.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
And then another word from our other sponsor, Jeremy Beckham, with Beck at Beck Sells FLA. Champions don't settle, and neither should you. Let me introduce Jeremy Beckham at Beck Sells FLA, bringing a competitive edge to South Florida luxury real estate. If you want a home that performs in all 3 zones, location, lifestyle, and long-term value, Jeremy is your power play. The clock is ticking. Let's go for the cup. Reach out now at BeckSellsFLA.com, and that is BeckSellsFLA.com.
Thank you, Cody. Now, Caesar, you kind of wanted to run the ship here a little bit here in the second half of our After Dark show, kind of go around the NHL, points leaders, standings, whatever you want to throw at us. I think Cody and I are game. Chat, let us know as well. So where do you want to start, Caesar, here? Are we going points leaders?
Cody, can you remove yours so I can put the...
Oh, you got it ready there for us? Where are we going first here, though? Oh, points leaders. Okay.
Points leaders. These are the points leaders through November 28th, which we are 23rd, well, November 30th now.
This was as of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So
the post
Nathan McKinnon at 141 points, Macklin celebrating at 36 points, Connor McDavid at 34, Connor Bedard at 33, and Mr. Leo Carlson at 33 points as well. I mean, this is a huge youth movement this year. I mean,
I was going to say, that's why I kind of like. Do you guys see the youth coming up? I know Kirby said he wasn't surprised with McKinnon being number 2. Maybe I am a little bit.
You said you're surprised about McKinnon
being in number 2,
or are you talking about Celebrini?
McKinnon.
Celebrini,
not McKinnon. I'm sorry. What the hell am I talking about? No, Celebrini. What the hell am I talking about? I'm sorry.
I'm about to say.
No.
I have Nathan McKinnon in the.
No, McKinnon is number 1. No.
I was about to really question you, Steve, for a second there, buddy.
I always defend McKinnon.
Holy moly! Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. No, I meant Macklin Celebrini. He was the biggest surprise for me. I'm glad to see Bedard being up there again. seems like
I don't
he's
think
starting to-
anyone had Bedard up there. I'm a Bedard defender and apologist, but I never had Bedard up here coming into the year.
Really? Okay.
Look, the
I-
shock is number 5 right here, Leo Carlson.
That's
Right.
that's really, really.
By the way,
Shout out to our boy Johnny Boy Films. His hot take coming out of the draft was like, he's like, Leo Carlson's going to be a better player than Connor Bedard. They're both there. Neck and
Yep.
By the-
Your
by the
boy,
way-
Carlson.
by the way, I have Leo Carlson in the CatsNRats Fantasy Hockey League.
I had him last year as 1 year early, as I like to say, Cody.
But I drafted him last year too. You just traded for him.
Yeah, I was high on him.
And I didn't expect this, but Joe Quenneville loves these big defensive-minded centers. Jonathan Taves, Alexander Barkov, now
Guys
Leo
that are
Carlson.
coachable, which I think Leo Carlson is, Cody. Last year they did
Yeah.
fit with him, an NBA thing. This year, Quenneville really got to him early, and he's been going.
And the
I think-
Ducks have been the surprise of the NHL so far.
Yeah.
Kind of just
They're
roll it.
rolling, man. That team is so exciting to watch. Just because they're not just flying by players or by their opponents, the way they're playing physically as well, that Joe Quenneville style, it's really good to see. I know with what happened a couple of years ago here in Chicago and Quenneville leaving the NHL for a few years, I'm actually happy to see him back out there.
Yeah, there's some people that are polarized on that, but
that's a whole other can of worms. But anyway,
Yeah,
I didn't hire him. So,
Yeah.
But Celebrini, I have him in me and Kirby's keeper league. I was really torn here because in the keeper league, I also had Igor Shesterkin and Connor Hellebuck going into this year, and I was really debating on whether or not to keep Celebrini.
And I told you you got to like what, even if he has a sophomore slump, which Cody, you believe in the sophomore slump, but you didn't believe in it with Celebrini. So by no means you think that there's going to be kind of a regression here, but to do what he's doing out of the gates and to be that high up in the points race leaders, I'm quite surprised on that.
Like him and Will Smith have been one of the more exciting duos to watch in the NHL this year. If you guys have not gotten a chance to, please go watch a Sharks game.
Yeah.
Just go watch them. Those two are electric.
I was watching them tonight. They're still struggling defensively.
But that comes with experience.
That's going to come with experience. They don't have the pieces there, I think, for like an elite PK, the goaltending that they're getting on certain nights with Nedeljkovic. I don't know exactly why they're going to him as much as they are, but that's another story. But yeah, that list doesn't surprise me of what those guys are capable of. But Caesar, for it to be early 2025 and that's the part that's like, wow, the youth movement is here. The next wave is here. But don't count out the guys below there. I know Jason Robertson's below there. He's been bumped up here. Cody, you got the other names in front of you there. There's a lot of guys there that are, Tampa Bay Lightning players, right? Brandon Hagel has 15 goals right now.
That's crazy.
We have the next 5 that follow are Marty Necas, Jason Robertson, William Nylander, Nikita Kucherov, and Mr. Jack Eichel, who was leading for a little bit there. And then right behind Jack Eichel, he's tied Cale Makar. Got to throw the D-man out there.
Wow.
But I mean, it's a tight race right here. I mean, Marty Necas, another guy, is a little is the surprising one to me. But then again, he's on a line with Nathan McKinnon, so probably didn't need that old too much. But you got to go down a little bit further here. I mean, our very own Brad Marchand at 27 points, tied for 23rd in the league, along with his best buddy Sidney Crosby. But
yeah, Crosby ain't going away. Those old dogs are still there.
Okay, I got to shut this down. A big word trade that included Radko Gudas. Would you welcome a return? They are not trading Radko Gudas.
No, not with the way the team is playing. Why would? Especially they need that grit in the back end. I don't see when they'll.
But you want to know also why big old Radko is very important. He's the captain.
Yeah, they're not going to move with captain.
All you Panther fans always try and take captains from the league. Brady Tkachuk, Radko Gudas. Guys don't want to give you
A
guys,
Pozo.
I just want to know with everyone, like you guys tell me like on our post-game shows and things like that, because I'd love to hear it. If you guys had a letter C on your jersey, I don't care what level it was. I played competitive, Cody. I'm pretty sure you play semi-competitive, competitive. If you were a captain, would you want to leave your team to go somewhere else?
No.
Like, answer that question yourself, Caesar, right?
See,
Like, if you're a head coach, Caesar, on a football team, are you going to go somewhere else to take a coordinator job?
Here's where I would never ask out. But if they traded me and it wasn't my decision,
or it has
story.
to be so bad with that C on your chest that you want out and a fresh start somewhere else. It has to be so bad. And it's not like that in Ottawa anymore, everyone. Like, they turn the corner.
Celebrating you saw, but that duo isn't keyed in. If that duo isn't keyed in on yet, there's something wrong here. There's no way they're not keyed in on yet. They are killing teams.
They are.
I mean, let's see. Will Smith's also had 24 points this year as well. I mean, 10 goals, 14 assists. Like, it's just like, I know teams are going to be higher alert, but if they're not keyed in on them yet, they haven't been watching. Because I've watched these guys a whole year, and they're doing this to Colorado. They're doing this to, like, we're injured, but still, our system ain't really that it's hard to break. And guess what? They broke through. I think both of them scored in that game too. Like, it's something. And please, God, no. I'm begging you. If I see Braden Shen as a Panther, I might flip a table.
Nah, I wouldn't want it.
Like, it's just
he's throwing everyone at us. Like, it's like, this is not a salary cap league anymore. Meeksy's living in 2005.
Like,
we're the Colorado Avalanche here.
No, we're Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. We're such a wagon. We're Brett Hull and Nicholas Lidstrom and Luke Robitaille on a third, fourth line.
Right.
Yeah, we got Darren McCarty at freaking like 5
We got Dominic Hasek in net. We just got everything.
Talking about young players, one player who I've been really excited seeing in the NHL, who's also Busy Boy's daddy, our boy, Matthew Schaefer.
I think Caesar loves him because Spitting Chicklets is always throwing.
No.
I said this guy's #1 pick last year. Our boy Vince here. No. Hagens, that guy's gonna go #1. Like, no, and he had injuries last year. He got injured during the World Juniors there. It was unfortunate, but he's a big media guy right now. And I know, Caesar, I'm just being honest with you. I know that's why he's caught your attention. Because
no, that's not why. Go ahead.
He's grabbing the headlines, but he's talking the talk and he's walking the walk. But he's getting the headlines because he wants to show personality. And this is why you're seeing.
And plus his story also.
Like, I was going to say, thank you, Cody. His story with his mother and cancer and all this, that has that touched me. And for being a kid at a young age and for him to deal with that and just being the player, the person that he is, it's a really inspiring story. And I love those kind of stories. Yep. Me being with cancer, fighting with cancer still, I attribute to that, and part of it is with him being on the Spitting Chicklets. I got to know who he really was, like got to know like his personality and what kind of person he did, or what kind of person he was outside of hockey. And for him, and I even talked with DeClaire. I was like, hey, with Matthew Schaefer coming up, have you talked to him? He didn't really get any conversation with him. But he was really excited to what he brought to the table because it solidified the back end and for years to come. And that's something that the Islanders needed.
I don't think they knew he was going to be this soon. And
no.
They moved on from Dobson, and they still have defensemen there. But where they were kind of in that murky middle. And they got, and Cody, I talked to you about this. They got very fortunate to get that first overall pick. Like, that should be going to, like a Vancouver, Nashville was probably hoping for that last year when they bottomed out and things like that. But again,
Chicago,
what's that?
Chicago and that
Chicago
as well.
Heck,
San Jose nearly got him.
San Jose. The people are like, if they get another top pick. But yeah, Caesar, good point to that as well. I missed that point, but yeah, remember talking to you a little bit about that. But again, like he's that player right now that's making that splash. I think. Cody, I don't know how you feel, but everyone's got to be very tempered to how he's going to be moving forward. We're seeing Lane Hudson with some growing pains here. That could happen next year. But the way that he's playing around, we're going to talk about him on our live stream on Monday night, coming up our Olympic coverage here. So he will be in that discussion and talk there. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's a little too soon. But Matthew Schaefer, the numbers that he's putting up right now are pretty impressive. Another guy that I backed this year in our Cats and Rats League, Cody.
Hey, that's a win for you, Kirby. That's for you. No, hey.
No, I'm like, why did no one draft him when, fantasy pools and stuff like that? I'm like, I think if he makes the team, and I took a gamble on him because I didn't know if he was going to make the team out of camp. So some people that were having their pools and leagues, I'm like, no, I'm going to stash him here and see if he does. And if he doesn't, then that costs me a pick or whatever. But I still don't know how to feel about the Islanders, Cody.
Yeah,
I still hate watching them. Like speaking of that, they just lost Kyle Palmieri, torn ACL.
I was going to say, did you guys see that play?
No.
I did. Yes.
It was incredible.
Didn't he get like an apple on it or something?
Yes, he literally got back up, skated to the bench as he was skating by, passed the puck, and got an assist.
Yep. Came back on a little bit of a back check to grab it there.
I mean, if that doesn't tell you how freaking tough these hockey players are, then I don't know what does.
I still think the best injury thing I've ever seen is Gregory Campbell in the finals, penalty kill with a broken leg.
Oh, there's so many stories of guys like broken foots, fibulas.
I mean, heck, look at our first run. I mean, Ekblad broken foot, separated shoulder. Yep. Matthew Tkachuk broken sternum.
Freaking played through that game and even played the next game. I mean, unbelievable. And then remember John Madden against the Devils?
Yes.
Yep.
Crazy.
20, what was it?
Or was it 2011?
11, 12, yeah.
Yep. I mean,
he's coaching now, I think, too. Oh, Cody, I found a former Panther that's coaching now for the Vancouver Canucks. Do you know?
For Vancouver?
Yep. Don't look it up. What do you think?
Did I watch him play as?
I was talking with him, David Dwork, about him the other day or last week.
Did I watch him play with the Panthers?
Borderline. I always talk about Sidney Crosby doing something to him in the face-off dot.
In the face-off dot?
He jumped him. Crosby jumped this guy and started piling on him.
I'm blanking.
Brett McLean.
Honestly, never would have guessed that. When you said jumped him in the face-off dot, my immediate thought was Brandon Dubinsky.
David Dwork was at that game in the Igloo that day, and we were talking.
Yeah, I don't think I watched Brett McLean. No. I think I was too young.
I said borderline. But he's Adam Foote's main assistant, or I don't know, secondary assistant. He actually called the goal today from upstairs where it was offside, and they showed him on TV for quite a bit. So yeah, Brett McLean, former Panther there. So I'm out there. Love seeing all these different assistant coaches around the league now, and you're like, this guy's coaching there. I've seen some this year that have really turned.
Joel Ward was the one for me. He's coaching in Vegas.
Joel Ward is? I didn't know that one.
Wow.
Oh, playoff warrior.
You want to talk about clutch? You don't get more clutch than Joel Ward, baby.
Team clutch. If you're building a lineup from first line, second line, third line, fourth line, he's in your lineup. He's in your lineup. We don't have Nick Levine here to talk about our Termin Panarin. Caesar, what's your views on Panarin here?
So apparently he's got his mojo back. 6 goals, 13 assists, 19 points. He's on pace for 130 points and 12. I don't think he'll get there, but is he back to where he was when he first started with the Rangers?
No.
Put
it simply, no.
What do you think, Kirby?
I'm not a Panarin guy, and our co-host Nick Levine, that's not here, said, Kirby, don't be buying into this Ranger hype so much of how Panarin's playing in the playoffs here. Now, if you look at his career numbers, they're great. They're exceptional. But if you look at the last couple playoff runs here, there's something missing there. And I don't know if he's back to where you're saying, okay, regular season numbers. He's never going to reach his career high 124 points or whatever it was. He's not going to hit that ever again. And he did that for 1 year. But I don't know if he's back. Like the regular season numbers, Caesar, I pump the brakes. And Caesar, you get mad at me on our own football team here sometimes. Regular season, I tell you, pump the brakes here, everyone. Numbers look good. Maybe under Mike Sullivan, something's there. Again,
that's what I was going to say. Maybe they're starting to buy into Mike Sullivan's system, and it's allowing him to play a little bit better.
Cody, is he a Mike Sullivan guy? I don't really picture him as a Mike Sullivan guy when the going gets tough in playoffs. Is he, Cody? Is Mike?
We're not talking about playoffs. I'm talking about now. Like, he was struggling for quite a while now.
Yeah, but if you're talking now versus the playoffs, you got to be buying in for the playoffs. Cody, is he a Sullivan guy? I know you talk about Mike Sullivan a lot. I don't know.
I don't think he is, to be honest. Sullivan doesn't really like guys that are like very like, perimeter based, unless they're like Crosby or Malkin.
Too bad Jimmy's not here because he's a big Ranger guy. I'd be interested to see what he had to take.
Yeah, we'll have to have Jimmy come by and some Ranger talk. Got to be better than what they were last year, but
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't help him tonight. I mean, absolutely jacked.
I saw him in the playoffs. So
Tampa Bay, who's becoming maybe the sneaky favorite here in the East.
Hey, listen, that was my division winner before the season started.
It wasn't mine.
I tried to tell you they can outscore. Like in the regular season, to me, you just got to score.
Whoever I have for the division leader in the Atlantic Division, I'm cursing them. Boston last year, Toronto this year. It's a disaster. Whoever I picked to finish first in the Atlantic, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I was right on Montreal, some of the other teams, but that first place team, I ain't hitting that.
If the playoffs started today, here's what they would look like.
Wow, these are dog shit.
Cody's saying that because there's some teal over there in the left-hand corner.
Huh?
That matchup would be for Seattle. I don't love their chances there.
Like,
Pittsburgh's starting to fall out a bit.
Like New Jersey, Pittsburgh, snooze fest. Carolina, Washington, snooze fest.
That Kings and Ducks game, though, that would be pretty interesting.
No, that wouldn't. That's Ducks and 5. Like
that would be interesting in the stands. Oh, Cody's out on Hiller already.
Like,
I don't know, Cody. The Ducks don't have experience.
Like, let's go by.
I might go 7.
Avs and 6, Stars and I'm gonna go push it to 7. I think Wallstead to get the start.
Oh, Minnesota losing in the first round again.
I was gonna say.
Oh, shocker. Ducks and 5, Knights and 4.
No
Devils and 4, Canes and 5, Lightning and 4. Oh shit. That's actually a tough.
No, I give the Islanders a game. Hey, Caesar, you want to do a Carolina-Washington bet this year if that happens?
Blow it out your what Nick says.
Caesar was high on Washington last year. Everyone.
That sends.
I was smoking too much of that Ovechkin.
That Sens Bruins series could actually be. That actually might be the most competitive series on this board.
That would be pretty competitive.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll go Bruins in 7 because I like Swayman better.
I could see the Bruins pulling off that type of series, but again, Ottawa here. And again, we go to post-Thanksgiving here. They say that matters where you are in the standings. Cody, I'm going to push back.
I don't think it matters this
that
year.
Are on this graphic here that still have things to say here. It's so contested.
And the parity this year in the NHL is so damn
close. You can
close.
go on a 3-game winning streak and be
and then you're back right back in the playoffs.
Or a 2-game winning streak can be right there.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It's a little different. Like there's not teams that are 8-10 points back that you're like, oh, they're in trouble here. Now the Leafs were getting close to that. The Oilers falling back. Like the Oilers aren't even on this.
Like the team.
Do you guys think Pittsburgh even stays in the playoff hunt?
I don't. I've seen since the beginning of the year when they were way up there. I don't buy a hot start in a team like that.
Like they're 4-3-3 in their last 10. Like they're hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, goalie got pulled tonight. They got lit up by Toronto at home.
Yeah.
They got lit up by Toronto at home with the bottom 6 scores of Toronto scoring. They haven't scored all year. Produced all year.
And here's the worst part. They had Hill to be in there. They wasn't even Wall.
That wasn't even a Wall rest game. It was a Wall rest game. They had a back-to-back, Cody, right?
Yeah. So it's just like.
I mean, that Islander Tampa Bay would be interesting.
Like.
The Islanders are so uninspiring to me.
The Islanders would
I think the Islanders go down 3-0 in that series, win a game in overtime, Cody, and lose in 5.
The Islanders would get dog walked.
Well, especially with what's his name's injuries. Yeah, maybe they might not.
Well, Palmieri, that just hurts overall, top 6. But that even him in that series, he's not a top 6, top 7, top 8 player in that series.
Right, but
the Islanders, Cody, you talk about this often. I know Nick does too. Who has the better players? Tampa would have 8 of the 10 best players.
Like it's just like
it's so skewed there. And if you want to count Schaefer, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
So again, like I don't think Sorokin, the way that Sorokin's
like
played,
they would need
the playoffs.
they would need Sorokin to go like Jaguar.
Yeah, John Sebastian Jaguar. Now anything can happen in the playoffs with goaltending. You can get that from Swayman. You can get it from Sorokin. So you get it from Joey Decord. I don't know what the hell Vegas is doing in that.
Let's play a little game. Which teams do you see on here that won't be in the playoffs when it's all said and done?
Seattle,
Pittsburgh, Islanders, and Bruins.
And I'll go Boston as well. 4 teams at least on this board. At least 4.
I still have Boston making it.
Well, who do you have missing then, Caesar in the Atlantic? The Panthers?
In the Atlantic, it can be the Florida Panthers. I hate to say it.
Wow. Caesar is saying that on After Dark here.
The ultimate optimist.
And he's
in that god-awful Winter Classic hat.
I hope they don't. I hope
we
they
haven't even
don't.
got to the Winter Classic. We haven't even
The one time they proved me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. But
Caesar, hold on. Did Nick tell you to say that? Is Nick writing your script?
No.
What's going on here? What's going on? Right now, Caesar has more confidence in our Dallas Cowboys than our Florida Panthers.
And that's damn right disrespectful. Honestly, that when you put it like that, that just pissed me off. Like,
I had to, because we've been doing a lot of Cowboys talks. Me, Caesar, and Nick off air.
Yeah, we're gonna run the table. You guys gonna have
Super Bowl teams.
You guys gonna have one shit the bed moment here, and it's just gonna be all downhill. That just pissed me off. Now I really hate Dallas. Like,
I'm not telling any lies, right, Caesar? You're more confident right now on the gridiron than on the.
I'm just confident in the way they're playing. I just haven't seen anything with our team that tells me that they can turn it around. Now, maybe things change when Kachuk comes back, but how drastically is it going to change?
But Caesar, we were 6-4, Cody, weren't we? We were 6-3-1. We get a couple losses here and everyone. I know this.
I'm not talking about the losses, Kirby. It just 3
3
years in a row.
I think we've been playing well. We found our forechecking game.
The hell with that 3 years in a row bullshit. The hell with that.
I feel like I'm like the opposite this year with you guys.
Like hell with that.
No, I didn't know you had this take.
No, but I said I hope they prove me wrong. I really do.
But are you being a prisoner of the moment with these last 2 losses? What about the Vancouver game scoring 8 goals, the Nashville game scoring 8 goals? We're scoring all these goals without
we're scoring again because guess what? We had it in us. Now
like
the goaltending's
Canada finally woken up.
Like now the goaltending's gone awry again. Like
like Caesar, you think sometimes maybe we're hard on Bennett or other guys. Like some of these guys are waking up finally, right? And
no, I agree, but I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that they.
But if you're saying we haven't played our game, I push back on that because I think we have played our game here in the last week or two. Not the last couple games, but I think we found our game. The board battle game, Caesar. The battles between the walls there. Getting pucks in, being the first 2 pucks. Certain nights, winning 50-50 battles. The defense playing that 1-0 game against New Jersey, which I know New Jersey's missing Jack Hughes, but look who we're missing, right? So I think we've been finding our game. Cody, what side are you on that?
I think we're making the playoffs. I still do. Like, it's just with me, I just got kind of frustrated with certain guys kind of just like dogging some of these games.
Tell me if you guys are like the Caesar, jump in on this. Like, were your expectations too high coming into the year with the injuries? I said to everyone, wild card 1 to 2. So I know we're not sitting there.
My expectations were not higher than that.
Not third, not top 3 in the division.
No. I think I had us at wild card as well.
Okay. So we're not that far off from that. So
I mean, you asked me if I see Boston making it, who's going to miss it? Then, I mean.
But Boston, what we should be scared of Boston?
I'm not scared of Boston. They could still be in the top 3, and we can still make the playoffs as a wild card.
I haven't watched Boston a ton. I know what Morgan Geeky's doing right now. The numbers blew me away. He's one of the highest goals.
Here's the funny thing about Boston.
Again,
if we win our next 3 games, we're above them because they have 3 games in hand. They have played 3 more games than us.
But they
got to play Detroit.
They've been like that the last 2 weeks and a half. They've had 3 games in hand.
But we come back to this in a month or 2 months. I don't see Boston in a top 3 spot in the Atlantic.
Okay.
Really don't. I could see Toronto there. I could see Florida there.
Let's timestamp that in 3 weeks.
Where the hell is Montreal on this? Montreal's going to be there. Montreal, I think, is here. They moved.
That's the biggest surprise to me is what happened.
No, they were outside the spot on Thursday.
They just dropped down. Okay.
But is that because of the parity this year? It's been so tight.
Yeah, I mean,
well, you asked us your question to us, Caesar, before we put that up was, how many teams you think are not going to be in the playoffs? There's 4 or 5 on it. That's a big list. After post-Thanksgiving, to have 4 or 5 teams that you're saying fairly confidently.
Cody, that list really had maybe what? Like 2 locks on the East?
And Colorado being a wagon.
2, 3 locks?
It'd be interesting to come back towards the end of the year and go back and see the list that was out during this time and then see who's in the playoffs at that time.
To me, it's there's probably 3 locks in the East right now. Tampa, New Jersey, Carolina. Those are the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else, Philly, they're going to probably end up dropping off. Washington, I think, probably is one of the wild card teams, if not 3rd in the Metro. Pittsburgh's going to probably drop off here. Detroit has dropped off. I mean, they're 4-4-2 in their last 10 here. The Rangers.
Yeah, I cannot cheer on against my Panthers. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
The idiocy from that freaking hideous hat, seeped into your brain.
You're probably right, Cody. Maybe it's
Are we the Florida Panthers or the Michigan Wolverines? What the hell are we doing?
Everyone is calling it a curse now because of how we played this past week.
Listen. The next time Bob starts, he won't have that purple helmet on, so we're good to go.
Does this mean I have to shave my mustache?
I mean, it's no longer Movember, is it?
Yeah, we're in the 30. There's 30 days in November, Kobe.
At least get my name right, please.
At least I said Kobe. I mean, if you want to get
very late tonight, everyone. So appreciate everyone.
I'm sorry, man. It is late.
You guys are night owls. What the hell is this?
No, we scheduled it but we needed Caesar back.
Caesar said this time, and
I did. It's the only time, guys. I've been working, especially with Black Friday. Cyber Monday is going to be crazy for me. So,
but Caesar, are you back here Saturday nights with us? So you locked in?
Not next week. It'll be after next week. I'm sorry, Kirby. Unless you can find somebody to work for me. Or anybody out there on the chat. You guys want to come here
and you're missing some of the Saturday.
To hell with it. Nick's taking your shift.
He'll be telling our customers to blow it out their ass.
There we go. I love it.
Anything else, boys?
Anything else? We will be back on Monday night for our live stream Olympic discussion coverage. I'll be with my co-hosts Ryan and Daniel. Tuesday night, we're going to be here for the post-game show. Are you guys going to be with me?
Yeah,
I'll be at the game. Can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Okay, you might be with us in the chat then, Caesar.
Yep. So I'll
give us the questions. Hit us up with what you saw from the rink. First game against Toronto Maple Leafs this year. Should be a fun one.
It should be a fun one, and hope Busy Boy's ready for this one.
There we go. And we're trying to have our latest podcast episode out with the holidays and everything here. We're trying to get that out. Have some fun things in store there.
And next week on Sunday, not in lock yet, but I might be meeting Matthew Schaefer. We'll see. To be determined.
Ooh.
Oh. There we go. There was a prelude to some Matthew Schaefer talk here today.
little nugget there. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us once again on another episode of NHL Cats and Rats NHL After Dark. Once again, thanks to everyone who commented, watched, and even on Caesar's Instagram live. Shout out to you guys.
We were going to have double digits here tonight, Cody, I think at one point. Yep. So
and especially for 1 a.m., that's pretty good.
Reminds me of that playoff run we had.
We were at 70 one of those games. That was kind of crazy. But
the Toronto game, I think we had 100 people.
Oh, me and Steve, they're all the people in the chat. Hey, the Toronto fans, come back on Tuesday night. I know they'll be over here on
Hey, listen, I wasn't
Shout
there
out
for
to our
that.
boy Zach.
I wasn't there for games like I think it was what 3 and 4. I wasn't here for. No, I
No.
wasn't here for 2 and 3. I wasn't here for that.
2 and 3, I think it was.
Yeah. So, but anyway, once again, thank you for everyone for watching. Please like, comment, please subscribe. Remember, we have memberships going on as well.
And members, reach out to us in the YouTube member chat, please. Some of you guys have signed up for memberships. Reach out to me in the YouTube member chat. It's there. You're probably not seeing it. Go over, check out membership out. There's a chat there.
And also stay tuned for our next contest coming up with the Sam Bennett. We should have a podcast episode coming out probably around Monday or Tuesday. We will see. Please stay tuned for that. But for once again, shout out to Caneswear and Bexels FLA, our sponsors of the Cats and Rats. For Kirby, Big C's, and myself, we say thank you. And as always, let's go Cats.